All right, this next guest, man, he got a deep history in the game, even if you may not know him by name. Back for his second interview, I'm talking about the one and only Big Stu.
You're ready. Yes. You're ready.
Yo, Stu, what's good with you, bro?
Everything copacetic. I'm chilling. I'm in the process of putting together an event for tomorrow. It's called Welcome to the Cypher. DFL Rough Riders, the streets need it. And basically, interviewing artists, putting the spotlight on them, giving them a chance to slowly network and introduce themselves to the world, where a lot of people just get an interview and that's it. We're going to go to the neighborhoods. We want to see what the artist is about. We're probably going to interview people in their neighborhood too, letting them know what he's about or she's about. So it consists of freestyle, interview, a cipher amongst each other, and probably a performance. And then another segment of the show, we're taking the artists on the road to different states to perform too.
Damn, that's dope, man. I've been watching you too. You've been real busy. You've been at all these events, like all these performances and shit like that. That's dope, man.
Yeah. I'm not trying to create a hub for the artists so they can be heard and take advantage of the underground outlets and not be so thirsty to get signed to a major and sell your soul. Because I'm gonna just say it for what it is. Like, you gonna go that high as an artist, and it's doors you have to enter, and that's another whole conversation.
Right. Well, man, I'm glad to have you back. So let's get into it. What did you think of the response to our first interview?
I was laughing because a lot of people didn't see today. I don't have no headphones on. So it sounded like I was talking slow because I had to hear and respond to you a certain way because of what I was hearing through the headphones. I kept tapping.
Right. There's some lag in between time too, when you're doing like a virtual. So yeah, absolutely.
And I kept tapping the headphones. So certain things I wasn't hearing, they looked like I was pausing, but as long as I didn't look stupid on there, and everything I'm talking about is facts. So it is what it is.
Yeah, because I seen in the comments, bro, the fans was getting on you and stuff, but you took it. You took it well, though. I saw you in the comments, too, and you have fun with it. So that was dope.
It was a lot of political stuff that I wasn't ready to talk about. So they probably caught on to that. And it looked like, I was avoiding the question. But it's ironic that after we had this interview, like, whoa, the stuff that's going on the internet.
Whoa. Yo, what did you think of what Cuban said? That was comedy, bro. He said that you was so high.
Man, roll the clip.
And he said the truth about every other thing. He's just like, you fucking got to stop smoking blunts on the camera. That's what I feel. You got to stop fucking smoking. After he smoked that blunt, that nigga went to fucking La La Land. He was in a fucking cloud atlas. And then he's like, I don't know what I am doing. It's like the slow motion shit happened. I'm like, this too, man. What the fuck you smoke that blunt for? And that happens, because it happens to me. Like, if I smoke a blunt, nigga, you see me smoke a blunt, I'll be like, hey, how you doing?
I remember right before you went on stage, okay? That was a bad move.
I was fucked up. Like, this shit, I'm high as fuck. But yeah, I make it fun. Stu just makes it like, he's like a fucking sloth. Like a sloth, like talking mad slow. And I remember, he did that. So it was really slow, but I got love for Stu, man. We got history.
Shout out to Stu, man.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm saying. I said, the universe is working in my favor today. I can't smoke in this setup. I can't smoke in here.
Right.
But I smoke. I don't drink. I smoke.
No, I feel you, man. All right, well, let's start with some Bronx business. What did you think of Pistol Pete catching all that backlash with his prison story recently?
Well, from my perspective, when I changed my life around, a lot of people in the industry don't know me as being a wild child running around in the streets. They know me big Stu in the industry. So certain people want to bring that street stigma with them when it should be a cutoff point too. And he brought it with him to the game. And once you bring it to the game, you're on the stage now.
As far as like what he was saying in that interview, what did you think about?
You talking about putting the flag on the? You talking about putting the flag in the
the
yard?
Puerto Rican flag, and he said he told his black homies to stay in their cells, and then whoever was black was rushing them. Basically, he
bugging out. He bugging the fuck out. Even he shouldn't even want to be a part of a statement like that. And when I was locked up, I would brag, but I got on both jacks when I had time. Both jacks on the island. Like I don't even like talking about that. To me, people that talk about that, they move off of fear, intimidation, and control, and that's their muscle. They want to be known as that. And with you being known as that, it's going to be karma behind it. And the karma behind it, he made himself and anybody that is his loved one a full plate. You made yourself a full plate. And it is what it is. That situation, if they do go down, where he going back to? Jail. And unfortunately, people in jail hear news faster than people in the streets. And somehow
that's true. They do hear, they know the news faster than people on the street. It's crazy.
And somehow they're gonna be able to see that clip because his phone's around, and you ain't gonna be able to deny. And they're not gonna wanna. It's this. That's smooth.
Do you think that he just did a bad job at explaining what happened exactly?
Once again, he should have never even mentioned that. So that situation should have been buried. First of all, he said it himself. My whole team is black. So why you mentioning that?
That's a good point.
What are you doing? Now they're going to be looking at you like, word? And now they're forced to look at you like, word? And now they're forced to possibly put their hands on you too and trust you. Like, what? You did what to black people? If they real right, if they're a real one, because I don't think we would have been friends no more after that.
I don't think that people were trying to make it seem like he was racist. I don't think that he's racist, but like the way that he explained it was just like he could have did a way better job.
He did it too. This is what I'm trying to say. You went up there, the way you explained it, it should have never even been. That should have never been used as a trophy. That situation.
Right.
But why are we even talking about that? For you to talk about it, you wanted some type of clout. And that shit just reversed. What clout you was trying to get? Because a lot of people that Spanish know they black. So what the fuck is you do? You sound even stupid. But we know them wars go on. But that's why I got on both phones when I was about.
Did you see his response to the situation? Like he did like a couple minute video and he was saying that like everybody was blowing it up more than it needed to be, like these different platforms and stuff.
He should took that shit off the air. Nope. All right. It's bad enough people, you have to break down stuff to people. Do you know, like a hooligan watching that, he's going to hear the part that you said. He's not going to. Once you said you put the flag on the floor and you cut everything black, that's what the hooligan is going to hear. He's not going to hear it was back in the days. You made yourself, come on.
Right. And this era of clipping too, like where everything is short form content, is going to be definitely taken out of context even more.
I don't know why he did that. That's that. I'm fucking 53 years old. He's either older than me or we're around the same age. Why would you do this?
Have you ever had any interactions with Pete?
I've been around him, but not no like, what you mean, interactions? No, we ain't have no fisticuffs, but I've been around
like
him.
any like dialogue, like were you guys like cool, like you know the same people or?
With Tony, at the time when Tony was renting the bottom apartment in the brownstone we had, Gun Hill. I don't want to say the block, I was about to say Gap. But Pistol was coming around, and it was around the time I had a car accident. And I seen his thuggish ways at that time when I was injured too. And
you know what year this was?
This had to be 04, 03, 04.
Okay.
It's what lean back and all that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, so around that time. Yeah, man, that was a weird situation for sure. And I know that a lot of people felt the way when he did his follow-up video because they felt like there was no accountability taken.
I would have definitely said, even before I said it, this was a time when I was wilding out, I was ignorant. And once again, I can't in my mind think of the reason, well, clout. Why would you want to talk about that? That's like me, because I keep saying it, and it might sound redundant to people, but if my whole team is Spanish, that's like me saying, went to the yard, Black American flag in the yard, cut everything Spanish. And my whole team I chill with right now is Spanish.
Yeah, that would be wild.
I don't get it.
Well, can you give him like a little leeway? Because sometimes like people get on these podcasts and they like just like start talking like nonchalantly and they don't really realize how it comes across.
To me, it looked like he wanted to be a super goon for Joe or be displayed as that. And you're in the wrong setting, beloved. The hip hop culture, we always say 95, well, it's more now, but 75% of it is Black people that runs it and do things like you. And then you want to podcast like, all right, it don't even have to, you say the industry, that's just music or whatever, but you're in the podcast world and all that too, and you got to go up the ranks and through these doors. People in a higher position heard you say that, they got to look at you crazy or business-wise, like you messed up your whole network. And I don't get
that's a good point, because a lot of people didn't look at it from the perspective you're talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it can mess up your business dealings and everything like that. People are looking at like, you weird.
They're like, oh, you want to come to me for bread and you said you stabbed anything Black in it? Nah, I can't stab. And you got some Spanish people that know they Black and feel the same way and will react the same way. Like, oh, you bugging. You just wild out. Oh, you bugging out. That is what it is.
So the first interview, we got to cover your connection to Terror Squad, but people don't even realize your time in the game goes even beyond that, bro. Like, it's just like, it's crazy how many different layers, you know, of people's stories that you've been a part of. You were the one that discovered French Montana when he was going by Young Frenchie.
Facts. Well, developed him, showed him how to rap and become a better artist. I was introduced to him by a childhood friend that I knew from the neighborhood. I see them all the time playing basketball. But
How old are we talking at the time that he is?
he was probably like 17.
Wow. So you met him real early then.
Yeah, 17. So my childhood friend says, yo.
Can you say his name or no?
Yeah, Smalls. My childhood friend Smalls. He goes, yo, you ever heard of him? And I didn't clearly understood what he was saying. I was like, yo, I know he know how to play ball. I know he nice and ball. He was like, nah. You ever heard of rap? And I was like, nah, he know how to rap like that. And he spit a little, probably 32 bars on 16. And I heard the potential and I was like, okay, he sound like something. He needs to be groomed more. He needs some artist development. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with him. He's from the hood and all that too, so I'm gonna fuck with him, and took it from there.
So at the time, was his main focus basketball?
Yes.
Okay, but he couldn't go. He said that he was getting like scholarship offers and stuff like that, but he couldn't go to college because he wasn't a citizen at the time. He ain't have no green card, no nothing.
Probably. I know he was in the camp, Pee Wee Kirkland camp, which is my godmother's brother, stepbrother, Pee Wee Kirkland. A lot of people don't know that. Wow. I'm giving you exclusive stuff.
So when you met French, right? Did he strike you as a street dude? Like, was he really living that life?
He almost made me react to, because I don't want to sound like a hater. He was surrounded by, and in a rough area, I would say a good job at emulating the life. You know, sometimes when people get money, they invest in the wrong things. So they feel like they been doing it because they just started doing it type thing. So, trying to use an example of where I've been playing ball all my life and you actually picked up a ball 3 years ago and you got a little jumper, you look nice, but you ain't got that much experience. But being that you got the image and the look, you get drafted and it looks like you've been doing it all your life. That's Frenchie. And that's the beef between him and Rell, which, you know, I found Rell cheating.
Right. We're going to go into that too.
Rell was the street dude.
Gotcha. Okay. But we're going to go into that a little bit later.
But I got to show the comparison. And it's crazy because everybody believed Frenchie because he was next to another street dude, which was Max B.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave him confirmation more. But if he was by himself, he wouldn't be believable. But Rell was the street dude. Brace.
So he said that early on he was wearing a bulletproof vest and driving around in a Range Rover and everything. Is that true?
Yeah, that happened after incident at the studio where I'm meeting up with him to discuss the Cocaine City DVDs, and he leaves out the studio before me, and someone attacks him downstairs. I don't know if they were trying to rob me, shoot him, whatever. All I know, I'm in the elevator with a handful of people. It's like a good 8 people. These are producers and artists and musicians. And I hear shots go off. And I didn't even have nothing on me to defend myself. I ran out the building like it was my son, brother, father, or a family member. And I see Frenchie tussling with someone. He go behind the building. When I get over there, someone's on the floor, bleeding, holding these.
Oh, wait. You detailing the shooting that happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because the way that he described it, he made it seem like.
Let me finish. Then you'll into the park. Then I see blood coming out of Frenchie's head, snatched him up, threw him in the car, took him to the house. He says the person that drove him to the hospital sat him in. So I actually have like, by the way, because I got a response song about that. It's called It's Okay. Now people will be like, why you responding now? I've been taking Frenchie to court since 2008. Damn near. He been running and getting new lawyers, but always mention this incident in a song, trying to make it a street situation where he get credit like how the 50 Cent got shot and everything else. It talks about me in a lot of his songs. Every time he comes out with a new project, he mentions about when he got shot. So he's talking about me and he's making up songs and all this. And the guy ain't worried about London and all that. But he did the video on the other side of the Bronx, not on my side. So he is wearing the dust. But what I'm trying to say is that that brother need to come and sit down with me, but he's using it as a pushing or a tool or a gimmick for people to tap into his project when we come out. So not that I look crazy, I'm going to do it anyway. I got to respond to it because I'm a real one. And it's certain stuff he said in the documentary that made me want to respond because the person is not even alive. That, you know, he said, first that drove me to the hospital, it was a girl upstairs, a lady, and she said, the dude that drove me to the hospital is the one that set you up. That shit don't even sound. Because the girl's not even alive, and how will she know? And it was a lot of elements going on that day at that time.
All right, let's back it up a little bit, okay? So he was saying, from his description, he made it seem like even before he got shot, he was wearing a bulletproof vest and driving a Range Rover already.
No.
No, he wasn't doing that. Okay. So for the incident with the shooting, you're coming down the elevator and you see him tussling with somebody.
Well, I'm coming down the elevator. I got to walk out the building.
Mm-hmm.
I got to run down the block. And I see him tussling with somebody at the head of the block.
In his description, he said it was two people, right?
Well, when I came downstairs, it was one person. And it possibly was two because he was with somebody else. I heard the other person was chasing the other person. One of the guys was chasing the other person.
Because in his documentary that came out like a year ago, he said that the girl that he was fucking with is the one that called him and told him, yo, the guy that drove you to the hospital is the one that set you up.
Well, I don't know. In the setup, in the history of setting up any, this is like hilarious. Frenchie, if anybody interview him, if he has balls enough to have an interview about this, his jury wasn't taken, his money wasn't taken, and his life was saved. So who set up who? How about that? Gangster. Who set up who? Who lying?
You were there when he said that he pushes the guy off of him and then he pulls out the gun and aims to shoot him in the face, but the gun jams. Is that really what happened?
And once again, I wasn't there for all that. I'm there for when he's holding his head and the guy's holding his body part, his leg on the floor. And
okay. So you're there like right after.
I wasn't there. I'm there after the tussling and the hearing shots go off. I'm there after that. But I'm the one that put him in my car to drive him to the house.
So, and that's another thing, because you're like, in what world, if I set you up, would I drive you to the hospital?
You know what? You know what it is? That once again, when I was bringing it down earlier, I was wild. And when I was wilding, I wasn't robbing no regular person. I was robbing drug dealers because I didn't like drug dealers because I thought they fucked up my neighborhood. So a person would tell, because the person has, and it led to things after that where this hood shit, I come to the neighborhood, my man is fighting. And when the fight stops for a minute, I ask him what they fighting. They're like, yo, this nigga told Frenchie, how you know you and him didn't set him up, you and your boy didn't set him up. And I'm like, what? Oh, you can rest. You need 15 more minutes because me and you got to go get it going. And that's how that came about. But a lineup, if it was a lineup, you would have got lined up.
So when you run into him after the tussle and everything, right? What is his like reaction there at that moment? Like he's just holding his head, or like what is going on?
Once again, he's holding his head, screaming, yelling. He's in pain. He's going, oh, he's in pain.
So then you guys get immediately in the car and you drive him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Are you guys having any conversation?
He's yelling. He's in pain. Yelling. And making it to the hospital. I leave my name. I leave the company that I'm a part of. I leave all my information, park the car, come back. I didn't, avoid going upstairs or being a part. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. You're not making no sense. And I know why he's saying all of this. Like, at the end of the day, he never touched no cash. That's the first time he had a little bit of paper. And he wanted to be independent. Because it's ironic that he says he came in the game or he did this all independently. So while on your album, you say, featuring Puffy, French Montana, first time featuring Puffy. That's the name of the song. You say the first time I got signed, they me nigga or some shit. And show the footage of when you rapping with me down with DFL. So you just admitted that you were signed, but you told the whole world you never was signed. You told the whole world did it by yourself. You told the whole world you ain't need no help.
So you're saying that he used this as an excuse to break away from you so that he could go get his money otherwise. Okay.
Right. All right. So look, I'm the reason why he left Akon. Akon left him.
Oh, wait. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
Everything I got paperwork.
Yeah. But wait, before we get into that, all right, because you rushing into this, I want to cover this, in depth. But the situation with him, right? Because it just seems kind of crazy why somebody would believe that if you the one driving him to the, to the hospital and everything, like.
Oh, because the person with the money bag, they're going to believe anything he says because they want to be a part of the movement. And even people that I dealt with, won't you tell an industry person this some gunplay? They don't want to be involved in that. And they're going to say, they're going to say, I don't want to be a part of that. I know you was introduced to me by Stu, but me and you doing business still. And that's what he did.
What did you think about, well, did you guys actually have any conversation?
Wait, hold on. And the person would say, why would you take so long to make a song now, right? Because I was a rapper at the time and I pushed my career aside to find Rell, Fred G, and a lot of these artists that I dealt with. The reason why I did it to prove that, to show people, yeah, I used to rap and I could have rapped. And I was more earlier in the years pursuing them, was going about it the legal way. The last thing on my mind was rap. I was saying probably artists that want to rep DFL can get at him, but that was the last thing on my mind, spitting a damn verse rapping.
Did you have any conversations with him after he gets shot? Like, are things cool? Like immediately, then it changes.
I had a couple of run-ins, not even a handful of run-ins with him. He was actually going to move in. I had a 2-bedroom apartment. He was looking for a crib. He was going to be a roommate at the time. After that, we went to a car dealership to us. Trying to remember, like, when he started blowing up with the Cocaine City DVDs, probably volume 10 or 11. When he was like, no, 15, it had to be probably volume 15 or some shit. Like, when he was blowing up, blah, 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 and exposing himself as an artist at this time. That's when he started being a little more distant. And once again, it's people in my neighborhood that was jealous that we was doing stuff and they wanted him as an artist. People that came from my neighborhood that's had connections to the game too. So between him and Rell, it was people trying to get in their ear, but I already had them signed as artists.
So wait, how long would you say after he got shot that he totally distanced himself from you?
Probably
like a year?
Probably 6 months to 8 months after that.
And throughout those 6 to 8 months, are you guys having any conversations about who shot him?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say.
No, but who shot him and stuff like that? Like, he's not like telling you, I think that you did it.
He never came to me and asked or said any of these words, ever. Never said like, yo, Stu, they say that you set me up. He never came to me and said, yo, Stu, I'm here. Never, ever.
So you're saying basically he never had the courage to look you in the face basically and say like, yo, you had something to do with it.
You know what's the Ellis? You can go back to this thing, right? Watch this. Because he said this about me, right? And he said, yo, the people, because they asked him, like, you ain't trying to get back at the people, whatever. He was like, no. They asked him, you left the hospital? He was like, yeah, I left the hospital. Because the people that did that to me, they capable of coming up in the hospital and killing me. They, right? So why you alive?
I thought he said in his Vlad interview that the person that shot him is dead.
Well, once again, he used terms that don't sound right, once again. And you can tell something is off. You said the person that shot me drove me to the hospital. Well, like you said, that interview, you said the person that shot him is dead. So, and then he said the person that drove me to the hospital is the one that set me up. So, he's saying it different ways in different interviews. And that shit ain't right.
So you was hearing it in the streets.
I wish I didn't see. With him saying that, the other side of me, wish I would have. If I'm going to go down for something I ain't do, I might as well should have. Now you got me feeling like, yo, I should have. And if I did, I'm going to claim that. That's where he feel to realize, like, I'm from that world. If I did something, I'm going to claim it. And it's going to go underneath like a trophy, a wall. It's not making no sense. If I did it, I'm going to claim it. And it's going to be my trophy. But you saying I did it.
How many years were you guys rocking together before he got shot? Because he got shot in 2003.
See, all these Illuminati lies, yo, you're getting tight, yo. Like, yeah, that incident happened in 2006. It's almost like, I sound crazy, right? So when is Fred's birthday? I'm saying it for a reason. Watch this. If you Google now Fred's birthday, what is gonna say?
It says November 9th, 1984.
For a fact that, see, you done fucked up, right? Because, see, before he was down with Illuminati, I got the contract. His birthday is 9/11. When he took that oath, they reversed his birthday, November 9th. That's when he took the oath. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, when you took that oath, I ain't trying to go fight, but it is what it is, because Fred was the mediator. God bless the dead Fred The Godson. He was the mediator between me and you. He called Fred and he told him you took that Illuminati oath. Asked Fred to get that.
Nah, wait. Yo, you giving too much.
Fred said no. Wait, hold up. Fred said no. And after that, he started rocking Soul Not For Sale. Oh, that's what was said.
All right. Well, so you're saying that he got shot in 2006, really, but not 2003 like he's claiming.
Right.
Okay. So during that time, you don't remember what year you started?
I know he wanted to run with that energy from 2003 because I'm in tune now. You just now made me realize something in this interview. You're trying to claim 2003 because 2003, that's when DFL was out there.
Mm.
You're trying to reverse the energies and it's not working for us. That incident happened in 2006. It is what it is. My car accident happened in 2004. So that's emphatically him. Possible.
What year did you guys first start rocking together, would you say?
I don't remember the year. I remember his age, but when you say the year, it had to be 2000, right?
2000, 2001, because you said he was 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so around that time. So what kind of relationship did you guys have, though? Was it just business, or did you guys like actually grow close and become friends?
See, they say another Muslim is not supposed to talk about another Muslim, but the way he's not moving like a Muslim, a claiming Muslim, which made like somewhat deterred me from being Muslim, because the dark shit he was doing as a Muslim is crazy. That's all I gotta say. He says he's Muslim, and I never seen him in a masjid, never seen him pray. And I'm the one that's fasting and praying around him at the time when we was, because he said, yo, this is my Muslim brother, he broke fast with me. I prayed with your mother and broke fast with her. That he never broke fast with you.
Well, so then you knew the family then. So you guys were close enough that he would introduce you to the family.
Yeah, he lived around the corner from me. We from the same neighborhood. But the neighborhood we from, he never mentions it. He's from Mitchell's. You ain't from Mitchell's. This is what I'm saying. His whole Malhaven. He's not from Malhaven. His whole lineup is false. His whole bio is false.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, though, okay? Would you say that you guys built a close enough friendship that when that situation happened and he accused you of what he accused you, that it hurt you?
Of course it did. That's why I went upside the dude had that spreaded the rumors live too. Like, you bugging. And I put my life on the line.
So there were times that you and French got into some serious shit that you protected him.
That was serious. That day I ran out there with no gun or nothing to a gunfight. Hello? What are you talking about? That was serious.
But I mean, like, prior to that, though, did you guys have like serious like situations where you held him down?
He was my artist. He was always held down. People used to call me wanting to get out of when he did blow up, and I told him not on my time. That's why he bothered with that. I lined him up. Because I used to tell people not on my time, you can't do that. And no artist. Fred The Godson, that's why I was tight when incident happened with him, because when we was with him, ain't nothing like that went down, dog. Like, nothing. Everybody had shit. He wasn't the only one with shit. We was unsigned artists running around with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, two of us, that's probably 50,000 right there. We was running around with hundreds of thousands. It was a mob of us at the time, because I'm fast forwarding it. When I was dealing with Fred, I teamed up with Loose Cannon Records to deal with Fred, because that was my childhood friend, Duke Black. And Duke Black was going to sign the DFL. And he came up with his own thing, Loose Cannons, and I wished him the best. And he started finding all these artists. But we was running around, like, no exaggeration, like 30 cars deep, 15 cars deep, going to clubs where the bouncers used to say, we can't let y'all roll all the trivia. And nah, y'all can't get up in here. Y'all got dudes bigger than us. There's too many of y'all. And I'm not lying. They was calling us the next Wu-Tang.
Wow.
That's how deep we was from. So when this was going on, Frenchie was doing this thing, and he was running, we started to run around with Max B at the time. So when Fred was actually trying to be a part of, because I took him to Jay-Z, the situation with Jay-Z, through Lenny S. I set up a meeting with Lenny S, and we landed the meeting with Jay-Z. And after that situation, Fred wasn't getting offers, because people was asking him what Jay-Z was going to do. And I'm pausing once again, because it's some political stuff behind that too.
You picking your words carefully, I understand.
Because we knew Jay-Z was leaving Def Jam before he left Def Jam. And it was around the time when he signed Uncle Murder to Def Jam. If we would have joined, everything happens for reasons. If we'd have joined forces with him, we would have been targeted another record label that he didn't get along. So if anybody is in tune with hip hop, they can read between the lines of it. And this is, I'm going to just say, to give it a little bit, this was around the time when, I don't know if y'all familiar when Lenny S had got jumped. I think Jewels and them jumped Lenny S. Jay-Z wasn't messing with Cameron, and me and Rell, we were getting along, but it was not the way it should be, because he wanted to go with Dipset. And he acted like he was gonna stray away, and I got him in contract. So the opportunity, or the I would say what was offered to us was the game is lethal. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
The game is lethal. They wanted us to be silent assassins, and we was going to be funded too for that.
So what was your reaction when you saw the documentary, right? The French Montana documentary, and there's someone in there screaming DFL. And then French's brother said when French first started, he was a part of this little crew, but French was ahead of his time. So he started blowing past them.
Nah, French, all right. Once again, he's a foreigner, right? So he want to be famous. And he'll do anything to be famous. That was Frenchie Prop. Integrity, it takes you further, or you can stand on a firm ground, having a little integrity of he lost all integrity, wanted to be a star. That's what Rell was trying to say when they just try to dudes that's trying to be groupies or trying to act like they that rapper and they try to come around you. That's how they beef. Go back to their beef. You go back to that beef. He said Frenchie's trying to wean his way, or I don't want to use the young terms that dudes use today, dick ride and all this other stuff. But he was really networking with people, get up in the game, leech off people, and that's what Rell was saying. And he really, to me, I don't want to sound like a hater, but culture vulture is what he really did to the game.
You
To
saying
me-
that French is a culture vulture?
Yeah, because who's on? He's the star. He's the one king. When I was doing what I was doing, was no one king. I was making kings,
You trying to make everyone eat.
making everyone a king. Everybody around him is not a king. He can't make no king. 'Cause he wants to be the king.
So I saw this video.
Everybody that I helped supposed to pass me though in life. It's almost like your son is supposed to be greater than you.
Right, you give him the stepping stone.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, do people understand life? Like, what's going on here? Like,
But when you saw that clip, did you laugh though?
I laugh because once again, I want to say so many things. What determines how small he talking about? Because we was an independent label and I had a deal with MSU Warner Brothers. I had him in contract. My record company was 170 Broadway. I was right up the block from, I don't want to brag. My office is right up the block from the Twin Towers. The fuck is we talking about? That little small label molded him. So, you still there, Panda? You still there?
Yeah, yeah.
But that small label that, so, and many other artists, it don't matter if it was small or not, it did what it did to get you where you had to go.
Right. So okay, so let's go back a little bit, because what you were saying earlier is that you've been pursuing a lawsuit with him since 2008.
Yes. I had him in a situation where when we first went into the courts, the lawyer that I had on it, he filed it wrong where I was supposed to bring him to arbitration. So I was winning the case because he was in default. And he wasn't showing up. But when he would have showed up, it was possible the case could have got thrown out because based on the way it was filed. So I threw out the case. I stopped the case. He acted like he won the case to bring him back in on arbitration. But it was other stuff that I had too. And I was negotiating because I got an album on Frenchie that nobody heard. When he was young Frenchie, it's different stuff. I was trying to get in contact with him to do business with too as well. He ran into a lawyer that told him to run, and he took heed to that, and he's been running ever since. So I always thought I felt like the system is rigged because I have a friend named Gongu, and we used to go to different lawyers' office, and some lawyers used to start off like, this contract, it seemed like it's a year out of date. And then when we break down the story, it's tell them that Fitzy never turned in the album, and we had for the 3 albums option to more. And then they start saying, to me, I think this whole system is rigged. Like, lawyers be knowing each other, down with each other, and giving them the ups.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was coming for them, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, so, I'm here though.
So where does the lawsuit stand in 2025 then?
In 2025 is when he stopped running, basically.
Oh, you can't talk about it?
When he stopped running, I could, yes and no.
All right, okay, all right.
Because I do too much talking, he gonna stop running. What you doing? You trying to like,
Right, okay, I got you.
I'm trying to get him to stop running, and you gonna make him run more.
All right, well, in regards to the album, are you going to be able to put it out?
Yeah, I own that. That's when he was young Frenchie. So, and at the time, he wasn't even supposed to be French Montana. I could sue him for that too. Because he was young Frenchie. In the contract, he wasn't supposed to change his name.
Wow.
So when I do go to sell this product, this is what happens. A lot of them are not groupies, but they use it from the marketing perspective. They like, is Frenchie a part of it? If he's not a part of it, they're not with it because he can't help promote it and package it. Do I own the rights to it? Yes. But how are we going to promote it and package it? I got ways doing it, or keep that to myself.
Got you. Okay. Were you around when French was doing like Fight Club and the battles in the street?
I introduced him to that.
You introduced him to Smack and everything?
No, to Hood Life Cyphers before Smack.
Oh, okay.
Before Smack, it was Hood Life Cyphers, and we would Smack before Smack. That's Terrell Blair and another individual. Dead. What's his name? Dead. What's the other dude that used to host Hood Life Cyphers? This is with a D. It starts with a D. His name starts with a D. But the other guy, that's the one that shot out DFL on the documentary.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
The other guy.
So,
Hey.
Is it true that he was putting up like $20,000 per battle and shit like that?
Oh, you talking about when that took place? That's when the Cocaine City DVDs was taken off, and he probably was.
But were you there for like Fight Club with International P and everything?
Now, what year was that? Because I think that's when I was recuperating from my car accident.
I'm not quite sure, but the way that he described it, he was saying that like he never lost. He won every single battle.
Wait, first of all, when he was battling for himself, wait, see, this is what I'm trying to say. Okay. I got to expose this because they go into clips in the DVD when they catch a Frenchie rap. And I know they supposed to highlight them parts. And Frenchie wasn't the spitter. I had this white voice, and, he's an artist still to this day. But everybody wanted him. Fat Joe, everybody wanted this brother. This brother was incredible. He was shut down in spots. Frenchie was more timid. And we was there when Papoose got signed in the Cypher, which I bought DFL artists. It's Frenchie and another artist, I ain't gonna say his name, they didn't rap that day because they was intimidated. It is what it is, because I was tight that they didn't rap. White guy, which is highlight, Avion, he's not even an artist today. He's a producer and a trainer, but he's into his training right now. Them two rapped. Papoose gonna be like, oh shit. On P was there too. On P and Highlight were in the room for an hour and rapped after that battle. After Papoose got signed because he did the alphabet backwards. No, we did it forwards. He did the alphabet.
He did the alphabetical slaughter, right?
Right. That's how he got signed. Because he won the cipher. It was probably a good 7 artists in the room rapping that day. He gonna be like, oh shit, he was in the whoa. Yeah. I was a lot of places around a lot of different things. And when people see me, they're gonna be like, oh shit, that's still that shit. Yeah.
Can you name any like notable rappers that you remember French battling?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Bots.
Because the thing that I'm talking about,
You know, once again, if it, where's the footage? See what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me. All right, so one time there's not no footage on it. He did, when we introduced him to Jay Mills at Angie Martinez video shoot, he had a cipher with Jay Mills, but Jay Mills, like he spit a verse, Jay Mills spit a verse, and Jay Mills wanted to get at him because he sounded like Sonny. Who witnessed that was Panchy from NYG's, that's Premier's artist, and Dub C from the West Coast was with us with the 3 braids. Facts and facts.
Shit.
And we went to Sue's that night after that. Facts. So, what was your next question? What you was gonna say? It was something else you said I was gonna.
Yeah, no, I was saying that like the story that he told was on Math Hoffa podcast where he was saying that they were saying
he battled Remy. All right, okay. Another situation. He always wanted to impress Remy, and
he was trying to get at Remy.
They had a private battle, He kept up with her with the rhymes we helped him put together and stuff we did for him. He was with another artist.
Wait. No. You're saying that you helped write for French?
I had artists around me that was...
The white boy helped write for him, huh?
French was an artist development when he was with me. But if I play some music for you will be like, why does this sound better than how he went from this type of rapper to that type of rapper? And to believe it or not, a lot of people won't. He was more like on the lane that I had him, a Jadakiss and a fabulous rap. How about that?
I can see that.
Yeah, punchlines. He was going off. And I was the...
Yeah, but on Math Hoffa's podcast, they was trying to make it seem like he's the most famous battle rapper ever.
He's a celebrity, right?
Right. That's why they're saying it, I guess.
And he battle rap a couple of people. If it's footage, it will be footage. Can't really say that because Fred too. A lot of these people was Fred. God bless them that was scared of Fred the God, because before the cameras was on, me and a couple of individuals, we fought hood to hood. And a label that Fred was a part of was known with Snooze Cannon Records, going from Brooklyn to Bronx, all 5 boroughs calling out best of the best artists. Come downstairs right now. What's good? This is a fact. Charlie Clips emits how he met Fred. And this is when he was with Loose Cannon Records. When his first battle was with Fred, and Fred chewed him up in the bout. But he was happy.
He beat Charlie?
Yeah, he was happy that it was Fred. And he was able to keep up with Fred. And that made him a beast in the game.
Wow.
His first battle was with Fred. And you know he couldn't keep up with Fred. Everybody else is a play.
So I noticed that when French tells his story, right, he chooses to erase you from it, right? Like he doesn't include you in it. Like he'll talk about the Akon situation, but he won't talk about you being a part of that.
He won't tell you why he left from Akon. I'm the reason why he left from Akon.
So wait, but he said that Akon just signed him to a shopping deal.
I know but see, that was forced to come out, or I forced that to come out because Akon and him told the world he got signed millions and they just going to do business and they got a movie deal and this and that. We went to court. Akon said, I didn't have no business. I had him in 90-day or 6-month production artist development, some type of deal. But it was only for 6 months.
A temporary contract.
Yeah. He ran.
So
the ways.
So you taking French to court is what made that happen.
With Akon, I took both of them. I took Akon and French Akon.
Damn. And what is Akon's
that was earlier in the game when he was supposed to get down with Akon French.
And then because he didn't get down with Akon, he went to Diddy? He went to Bad Boy?
Yeah. It seemed like he was trying to chase Fred though. Because Fred had a situation with Diddy. If you Sean Press was managing Diddy and Fred was doing business with Sean Press. So it looked like he intercepted Fred deal.
And you talking about Sean Press, the interviewer now, right? Like he does. Yeah.
Yeah. What's crazy is we got family ties, me and Sean Press. It's funny. It's a small world. My family was in business with his friend. My father passed away.
Rest in peace.
Sean Press would be like, yo, Stu, why you fucking with this game? The game did you dirty. I said the game did you. Why you even giving this shit any attention? These niggas ain't loyal. These niggas ain't sweet. He knows who I had first. He know who I was dealing with. But when I spoke to him recently, he was like, yo, I ain't really know you had French Montana. I know you had Rell. You had Frenchie? I was like, yeah. He talking about me. And he's like, all right. That's the last time I spoke to him.
So what was your reaction when he ended up signing with Bad Boy?
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that question in a way because I got exposed a lot of shit, yo. You opening up a worm of. That's why I talk the way I talk and I move the way I move, and it is
Come
what
on,
it is.
Man. You know the way I interview, bro. I hit all the points, man. Come on.
Now, I wasn't jealous of that at all, and I'm trying to see it so. So I'm gonna say this from my book, or give it to you here. I'm gonna say one part from my book because I don't want to sound weird to people on the net, but I'm focused. I'm on point. My third eye is up. Facts. I get a phone call from Fred once again. Fred is whispering on the phone, like scared, like, yo, Stu, this shit you just told me about, the shit is right. You right. I'm like, he's talking about Fred. Like, why you talking like that? First of all, like, yo, that Illuminati shit is real? I said, yeah, what you think is a joke, nigga? What happened? Yo, this nigga Fritzy just called me. This nigga said, yo, I just signed the Bad Boys, got down with Illuminati too, and I'm gonna blow up in 6 months. You wanna get down with this shit? Fritzy. No, I ain't getting down with. Fuck out of here. Called me, nervous after that. 6 months later, he did blow up. He blew up.
From what you've gathered, because you...
It just proves to me the game is rigged.
Right.
So that's why, not to cut you off, that's why I'm still out here helping artists and creating lanes for artists so they don't have to sell Excel face.
But from what you've gathered, because you've mentioned it a few times now, you're saying that there is a group of people basically that control not only the music industry, that's just one lane that they have, obviously, right? But and you have to do certain things to be a part of this group. The door, like Nori says.
That's fact. Ain't no way around it. You like, sweet. Colleagues exist, right? And that's where it comes. That's the breeder. You know what's straight, yo? And it's just like, I don't want to get up here and go this way, that way with it, but you're going to get some real shit coming out of my mouth when I'm up here. And I must just say what it is. It's the same way these gangs, you go to the hood and know how to get in these gangs. Political gangs that run the world, they abide in our college, in our system. That's a fact.
Would you say that there's like the things that people talk about with like the embarrassment ritual and different things like that? Like, is all that real?
It's so real. Not trying to go viral. Once again,
But I ain't mad at you if you do.
I've been incarcerated before. So, person that's been incarcerated, and they tell you, we'll answer this question, you might answer a lot. Yo, your bunkie, he's not moving right. He was a booty bag. You got 2 things you could do. Pop off on them so they can move you out that cell, get transferred out that cell. One thing's for sure. If you stay there, it's not more to be said. Even Major Bunkie, everybody knows going. Ain't no way around it. So, fast forward. Allegations is made about the dude that runs Bad Boy. That's all I'm gonna say. And you with this dude, and he has that stigma on him that this is what he's about. Because other artists said it. Chopper.
Right, the whole
Making
band,
the band.
basically.
They saying that this is what he's about. You stay there, and he tells the world, French is my best friend in the whole wide world. And this is what both of y'all saying.
Matching outfits.
So it's like, say less. Do we what? We're not, and in public and behind closed doors, if people around y'all, they can see it's for themselves. But it's a disclosure sign, but you got some people, they don't care about that. They still speaking out. And it is what it is. Ain't no way that y'all didn't share each other the way he moves. Mo going to prior interviews where it's a dude that made a beat for Frenchie, and he said he met up with homeboy in the hotel room with Pierre, what's his name? The guy that's
Harv Pierre.
Pierre. And when Pierre left the room, he's telling him, yo, come sit next to me. He's breaking down the cells, and he was like, we can keep him from this. And he was like, before I sat down, he went on my Instagram, and Meek Mills, Khaled, mad people started friending me. And it just got weird, the dude said. And he was like, pulled out his thing and told him to get busy. The dude was like, whoa, I don't know what y'all got going on here. You was 50 on that night with this. And he was leaving out the room. He was like, you don't want to do that. And he was like, well, you don't want to leave out the room like that. Your whole career gonna be messing. He's like, yo, I ain't with this. And it broke out. I have it on my Instagram. But if this dude was around Puffy for, say, half an hour, and he did that, allegedly. Frenchie, you've been around him for how many years? Say less. That's all I'm saying. Say less. It's not rocket science. To go up in that world, it's not rocket science, because they say he has like levels to his madness, and you gotta pass these levels You want the Grammy, you want to be in a movie, you want your own cologne, you want your own liquor. There's levels, and you want to go platinum, you want awards. It's levels to, and you want to be compromised, compromise yourself in these levels to get to success. And I ain't with it. Miss Mary Boy ain't with it. So that's the difference. If something like that would have happened, I don't know. I was brought up different. I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be locked up 25 lives, dead, trying to defend myself.
No doubt, man.
And me understanding today, after hearing all the stories of people being accused of stuff, but hearing the breakdown and the tactics that people use. Before in the past, I'd be like, yo, that couldn't happen to me. Me realizing, I don't care how gangster you are, if they put something in your drink, if they put something in your food, if you're Mickey, all that gangster is out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're gangster enough to do that, they moving a little more reckless and crazy than you, and they ready for, if they violate you on that level, the dude is ready for the kickback. Because ain't no way something like that could happen to a regular dude. Either the drugs fucked him up, when he's not capable of getting back at the dude, but if he feel violated, he's gonna wild out at that given moment. Cops will be called.
Well, since we on this topic already, right? What did you think about the outcome of that trial? The Diddy trial?
Put it this way, when it's getting close to the end, I'm telling you, I'll be watching things from a different perspective. We're going to rewind it. Diddy first got accused. He said that, thank God that I got a second chance. I was like, yo, what is he talking about? He didn't even turn himself in yet. He's like, God gave me a second chance. Second chance. I'm like, yo, shut. And at the end of this, the way it's going, I said, oh, see, he was going to get a second. Nah, he couldn't know he was going to get a second chance. Nah, this is rigged. This is rigged, yo. This thing,
Wait. Are you saying that this is his embarrassment ritual?
Right. Yo, you smart. You're smart. You're smart. You're smart.
What'd you think about what Scott Storch said on that podcast? He said that when you go against oil, alcohol, all these things.
Oh, that's the hard.
Because, all these problems started for Diddy when he went after the owner of Ciroc, right? When he went after them with the whole situation, it's like, bro, like all these problems started happening.
I had to catch myself because then I might expose how smart I am. All I'm going to just say this, because liquor is the gateway to what? Liquor, what they call it? They call it spirits, right? How you beefing with spirits? How you take spirits to court? What you think your outcome is going to be with you dealing with spirits? Now you take it for the word, but I'm saying it for what it is. You up against spirits. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's fighting the unseen.
Right, like
I'm going too deep for you, and I'm doing it on purpose.
The hidden hand.
Alcohol, liquor, called spirits.
Like they say about like the hidden hand, basically.
How you going to take them, and that's just giving you power. And you taking them to court. So that's why they look like that. More, you said it. Ritual embarrassment.
So would you say though that
the walk of shame? This was the walk of shame in front of everybody. All his business put on a front street and his daughters and everybody's standing. How could you have your daughters in there listening to this? And like, it's the walk of shame, right? For him to be able to walk out of this situation, but still later on blow up. I'm still taking notes because I want to see the results. I want to see if I'm fabricating, bugging out, or on point.
So do you think that this is like his...
Oh, one thing. And another thing, people will probably say, yo, why do? Because as I go through his trial and hear the diabolical stuff that I'm hearing, I'm realizing this lady was trying to clickbait Stretch. Every time you said something about me, you trying to get me to respond because you got so-called muscle with your boyfriend. You trying to line me up. It's your boyfriend. That's a fact. Ain't no way around it now. Like, get stuff coming out. Like, I'm like, oh, shit. And Frank used to tell me stuff, too. When dudes used to link up who was around. And I'm like, word. And this all making sense. A lot of people circles. He's a strong individual, his boyfriend.
Would you say that this situation was like a DP for him, or it's really just to get him to the next level?
Who?
Diddy.
Diddy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think this is the after this he's gonna blow up even more.
Wow. Do you think?
And they're gonna be scared to death. You know, it's the walk of shame that puts you in your place, and now it's his get back.
Do you think Trump is going to pardon him?
Well, that's one way I think about it. Let me rewind it. That's one way I think. Other way I think, if he sits, they might be trying to finish him because there's going to be other cases that pop up.
What, are you saying they might try to Epstein him?
When I say finish, meaning that if he got to do time, it gives leeway for other cases to pop up. And this other case is still, quote unquote, legendary, but it's still, you can look it up on your own.
Right.
Some other cases still out there. It's like, if he sits, they're gonna tear him up. It's a wrap. If he walks, he can beat off. If he sits, this is the line for. I don't even want to mention it. Everybody know the rumors, the Pop, the Biggie, the Kim, it's mad bodies floating around here. You know, like, yeah, what it is.
Yeah. All right. Let's switch it up. So you knew French when he was doing Cocaine City DVD, right? You were there when he first came up with the idea?
I damn near made French. You know, once again, we figured out a name for him because he was people calling himself Franchise. We called him Young Frenchie. When he came to me as an artist, he was trying to call himself Franchise.
Why Franchise?
I don't know. We named him Young Frenchie. Because he was like, yo, I speak French and all that. I was like, word? We named Young Frenchie.
So how did he come up with the idea for Cocaine City DVD?
Off of my Dance for Life, the Movement DVD. I was doing similar things. He got the concept from me with the songs added to the DVD too as well. That's where that came.
Damn, so you were around. Okay, so there's the rumor, right? That
Frenchie was the first. Frenchie never been in the studio until he met me. I'm going to say it again. He never been in the studio, in the booth, the team at me. I brought him to the booth. I brought him to the pen. I made him an artist. I'm the one that's Fritzy. No, don't say it that way. Punching them in off. I made Fritzy. Is that hard to believe? Like, he ain't the only rapper. Al Rell tells you, see, but Al Rell, this is the illest. Everybody know Al Rell spit. Everybody know Al Rell's an artist, right? Al Rell said, DFL showed me how to make music.
Right.
Al Rell admitted to it. Al Rell said, yo, I was an artist that used to just spit all day for hours. DFL showed me how to make a hook, how to put 16 together or 24 or 22 bars together to make the verse. 4 bars or 8 bars to make the hook. I was all over the place as an artist. They showed me how to make a song.
Well, let me ask you this.
Richie, he did it on his own. Really. So you're a foreigner, and you was able to navigate through this wilderness of 5 boroughs on your own. Really? Without no help. Really? Not happening. Not happening.
Let me ask you this, though. Is it true that French is the one that gave 50 Cent the footage of DJ Khaled's mom and where she worked?
Back.
How did he get that footage?
She was all over. This was Rell, Howard was talking about that he was a part of everybody click around every artist late. So he had access from being around.
So did he tell you directly, like, yo, I just got this footage of DJ Khaled's mom?
I wasn't rocking, so I would have told, wow, put somebody mom's. And you must have, this how you know. I want to get emotional. Come on. This is hip hop, but Frenchie, you Muslim. What's DJ Khaled arms? And what she got to do with this? Why you acting like you give it up like that? You about that life. You really put yourself in a dangerous situation. So when I actually saw them together, I said, that's why I said this game is rigged. And I don't know what to believe. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what to, like.
Because that is crazy, right? This is during the beef between 50 and Joe. And if he did that, right, he's siding with the other side, but then now later on, he rocking with DJ Khaled and Joe anyways.
Right. Just, that shows the opportunist. Like, he's an opportunist. That's what Rell was talking about.
But how do you know that he's the one that gave it for sure if you weren't rocking with him at the time?
Street ties.
Street ties, okay. And what was your reaction when you found that out?
He's a piece of shit. Like, I was looking at him with, like, come on, because that's a Muslim woman.
And she got nothing to do with it.
Right. And what are you saying? You get somebody bombs it? You gangster like her? And you not. So it's like, well, people will fall for anything. I ain't falling for.
Yeah, that situation when 50 ended up posting that, he said he did it as a response because they were photoshopping his son.
Yeah. I got so many ties to this game that there's certain people that I got ties to. They don't even know. 50 is one of them too. It's funny you said that. Boy, I'll just say this. It's gonna go viral behind it. 50 moms used to get busy back in the days. And my godmother used to roll. And my godmother changed 50 diaper as a baby.
What?
That's all I'm gonna say. So, other than that, I'm not gonna violate people's privacy because certain things he might not want the world to know. But I have the story My godmother's still alive. Got the story. She was gangster.
That's
So
crazy.
I gotta say. So all I gotta say.
All right. Well,
I was about to blow up the spot, but this changed Jeff.
He
'Cause I was
practicing
about to
restraint
say what
today.
type. I was gonna say what type of gangster, but I would just keep it there.
He practicing restraint today. He's saving it for his book. All right.
If I was smoking, you'd have got the loose.
Yeah.
You'd have got the loose too. You'd have got the loose too. Would have been right in my mouth, right? Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke to French, though? Like, what is preventing you guys from squashing it?
His success and other people are knocking it. Like Fred was the mediator. Like, God rest in peace, Fred. Where even when he got signed, even when he was beefing with Rell back then, Fred was the mediator. Even when Fred came out with Monique's Room and all that, and he was dealing with Sean Press, he was the mediator. So all the way up into 2012, probably was the last time I had a back and forth thing with Fred. And he said something that Frenchie said. How do I feel about it? He goes, Frenchie number 4 or whatever. Had a mutual friend that I have Frenchie's number in my phone right now. I can show you actually his number in my phone. I've called or text, and being that he didn't pick up to the text is who this, wanted to hear my voice, and then it looked like I was stalking or would be stalking him if I keep calling. So I just left it. And that's recently. I'm talking about last year.
Wow. So through Fred, did Fred ever talk to him and say, like, come on, you know, students set you up?
I used to tell Fred to get down with Coke Boys and make the movement bigger and collaborate with them or merge TBM and Coke Boys together.
But did Fred ever talk to him and tell him, like, you know, students set you up?
He probably did. There's multiple things Fred probably told them. But Fred's know damn well I set him up. And if I was on any type of time like that, like when I was younger, sorry to say he would have been a plate or not here. And everybody in the streets know this. Like, you picked the wrong time to put that on. Like, when I already transcended life. And I'm in tune. And I'm transferred from nigga to God. And I already, because if you ever meet Rell or interview Rell, I got letters with Rell from jail telling me, yo, you loved me before I loved myself, nigga. I didn't even know I was a star. You invested me before I even invested myself and tried to keep me out of jail and out of the streets and all this other stuff. So it's not making no sense if I'm running around helping, because I had a handful of artists. Like, I need another hand how many artists I had signed from the Bronx to North Carolina, South Carolina, and all that. I had R&B artists in Orleans. I even had a 106 in Park chair, Avalanche. I had signed him after he won the 106 in Park situation. He signed with DFL. Facts. So, if certain people are takers and certain people are givers. And he seemed like a taker to me, not a giver.
Pause, because we was talking about that Diddy situation too, so that kind of sounded. So let's go into the whole.
It's ironic that I said it in that way, And it was still laying on where it's supposed to land on.
Right.
Because, nah.
So then you end up signing Rell at one point, right? Like, how did you guys end up meeting?
There was a dude named Sharky from Rell Block, and it was Scooter, guy named Scooter. I actually this one I came into a little bit of bread and I started DFL, and I had a childhood friend. His name was Milton Roderick. He had got killed in that neighborhood. And I was up north. I said, I'm going to return to that block, get back to that neighborhood, because that's where I witnessed a lot of hip hop, even though I witnessed it in my neighborhood. But I saw that elements of hip hop in this neighborhood because they used to dance, graffiti, break dance. They used to do everything right in this one area. And it seemed like everybody from the Bronx was coming to hang out in this one spot. So they went to go get Fred. Fred wasn't home. They ran around the corner, got Rell. I was an artist at the time. He was rapping in the corner for like an hour. After we stopped rapping, I was like, yo, I'm about to start a late. Nasty. Come back. He thought I was bullshit. I actually came back like 6 months later. His side them. He admits to that. He never got in the booth. He never went to no real studio until I started messing with him.
Was this a management deal or was actually to the label?
Labels. I had artists in 2 different deals. Rell was signed to my label deal. And when he went to Dipset, we said, we're willing to void this contract and have you in a management contract, but whatever deal you get, we have to have 3 to 4 tracks off your album. That led into production, a management production deal. Well, Frenchie was a little similar contract. So no matter what, these artists, my artists were signed to me all the way around the board. And I don't they come to me with management, and I had to pick up management for them and be like a parent to them.
Didn't you help
to keep the ball rolling? Because a lot of people were like, yo, that would be illegal, right? To have them signed to. Have you ever been in this position? And how you gonna keep the ball rolling if you want to deal with this artist? So that's how that came. Wasn't like trying to jerk an artist, and we was willing to do or fit the needs of the artist. Because if that wasn't the case, when Rell wanted to get down with Dipset, I would say, hell no, they got to buy you out of this contract. I would do all the shenanigans and play hardball. You ain't do that.
Didn't you help him like extend his court date or something like that by rocking with him?
Yeah. Yeah, you know a little bit of information. Me and my partner at the time, I still got the letter to actually let it from the courts. Because you got to I got a lot of stuff. That's why they can't pump fake on me. So I got it all. Letters for DFL, for us being his representative in court, if he was legally in our care. So he turned himself in, and that's how he was able to get on the Diplomat album. But Rell was doing funny stuff too to get on this album because everybody wanted to be famous, so he was going over our heads. And when he was actually laying down, this is what I do. When he just finished the track, he's in the booth, probably the last verse or the end of his verse. We walk in baseline. And we see him in the booth. Because at the time, a lot of people don't know, I'm a part of that Taliban Dipset movement too. I'm part of a lot of labels' movements and was there to help different artists. From Terror Squad, Tony Sunshine, Dipset, Rell, Uncasa, It's crazy because 40 Cal, J.R. Ryder come from Loose Cannon Records, where Fred was signed to. DFL emerged with Loose Cannon Records. Also Fred. If things would have moved right, I think Dipset would have been the most powerful label in New York. Because Fred The Godson, Rell, French Montana would have been all part of Dipset.
So what ended up happening with Rell? Are you guys still on good terms?
We're on good terms, but it's funny. Rell was supposed to get down with Fabulous. We didn't target him for Dipset. He liked Dipset. Fabulous wanted to sign Rell, and he would have had more breathing space over there. That's the crazy part. So when I speak once again, it's revelations. Paul Kane all night was antagonizing us because Rell didn't show up to this Fabulous album release party. Because my partner at the time, his name is Chance. He was living out in Brooklyn. We was cool with Fabulous Kid. And we was invited to the party. He knew Fabulous manager, Chance at the time. And later on, it's funny because when I was in Atlanta with Rough Riders, I ran into BMF and Fabulous and his Muscles team was there too. And they recognized me because I was on stage with BMF too. And the dude Sharky, which is Fabulous Muscle. Because when I say names, because the person be like, yo, who are you talking about? Oh, you look familiar? And when I start saying names, they be like, oh shit. That's facts. You know what the fuck you told. Some people don't want to be exposed like that though. So that's why I hesitate sometimes when I be saying stories. I think if this person want to be even spoken about, like, some people don't even want to be spoken about, especially in this intellect.
Right. All right. Well, I saw this video with Dame Grease talking about an issue with Rell and French, right? What happened with that?
If you go to that interview, they talking about me in the interview and they playing Salucci with DFL. Like in my phone, I could pull up their contracts. Intangible, I could pull up their contracts. They both were saying they was down with a group named DFL. Official label, independent label. Even when 9/11 happened, the only label that they get dropped off of Warner Brothers. So what the fuck is you talking about? Facts.
But why?
Only independent record label that stood with MSU or Warner Brothers in general. So once again, it wasn't like an underground label that was trying to get up in the game. The way they describe it, a group or struggling group of individuals that was trying to do something. When it was stuff being done, and that's how they got to me. They was at the doors got open for them. It's crazy. Nobody wants to tell the exact story. Wants to tell the story that fits the time of the day, whoever they around. Because telling the real story might get them cut off because the person might not like me. Because there's a lot of people that owe me money and they still around these individuals. So if they speak highly about me, they're gonna be like, "We can't fuck with you, still fuck with you, or we gonna tell us where we at. Or how we move it. Giving him how much and you saying how much you did this, that for you. So they gotta stick to this dude did this for me, or don't even mention me in the story, just skip the whole story. Go. They start off in first grade. He started talking about when he in college. What happened to junior high school? This nigga already made it. He in college, getting drafted off to the league already. Like, ain't no Stu around, or Stu don't even exist, right?
But what happened with Rell and French, though? What caused that beef?
The Max B and what French, this is what I'm trying to say. French spoke about an incident when he wasn't even outside of the street, and how well didn't defend that instant. First of all, I would be like, homework. You talking about some real street shit, and I'll break it down on the air for y'all, but I got grades. I get shot in my ass, and this is some real street shit. You was upstairs, you wasn't even outside. You was playing Nintendo or Xbox, like you wasn't outside. So how could you make a joke about a real life and death situation? Wasn't even outside. But where he made himself look crazy because the hood knew that situation happened. And he said, me? Got shot in the ass recently? That's where you try to defend it instead of like, yo, that happened a minute ago and that's casualties of war, nigga. It is what it is. You try to act like it didn't happen. That's what made Frenchie win this.
Because then there was this another Vlad interview, right, with French where he was dissing Rell. And I saw a video of Rell shouting you out when speaking on French.
Yeah, he tried to explain. He said, yo, French was down. He's the last and the first time we see. French was down with a group called DFL. DFL, shout out to my man Stu from the Bronx. DFL. See, DFL was good. Now, yeah, both was down with DFL. And it was a label. Stu gets into a car accident, and Fritchie copies everything that Stu made from DFL. That's when he's breaking down. Go back to the I don't have to speak, how Rell is telling you he got everything from me and ran with it. Like, he put himself in the game. And then Fritchie goes, you want to talk about that DFL shit. You was down with DFL. Then you left DFL. You went to 145th, which he didn't know. He did go to 145th. But when I felt Rell out of jail, I was happy he went to 145th because he wasn't trying to go to Connecticut to get no money and get locked up. Or now I got ties and hands so because who he was around. It's not like I saw what raised them, and they came from the Bronx, the dudes that he was around. And he was up there doing something positive and staying out of trouble. So he went up to 145th, but he didn't leave us. We were still involved. When he got around, and Uncasa would tell a story that they would say his music was introduced to Cam from him featuring on the Uncasa track. Yeah, that could all be good. But I had a meeting with Cam, and Cam realized I was a smart one, because this was before Dipset was established. And he was like, yo, just me and Joel's artist. I'm looking for another artist. We might sign with Russ. Interested in Rell, white boy you got, son. That nigga's nasty. So I said, interested in these two artists, put it in writing, and we could do business later. He said, we're not a label yet. And that's why I'm telling you to put it in writing. You remember at the gas station in Harlem? This is when, look, it's crazy. His camera's related to my best friend, my brother. The only one that I probably would, lose my life for, cancel, or catch a bid for, my brother. Family. That's his cousin's cousin. He was all one circle, like a fucking community. Dudes ain't moving right. If we all move right, we'd be unstoppable. But everybody wants to be unstoppable by themselves.
Right. What was your reaction, though, when you saw that they were beefing, Rell and French?
This is when Fred was the middleman telling me, like, yo, Frenchie, I've been talking to Frenchie. He asking me what's your response to this. I'm like, tell him to handle his handle, get busy. Hold it down. Like, I ain't worried about none of that. Like, but y'all both playing Felucci with the name. I'm going to get to speak something one day, and I got all the proofs. I got music on Rell, I got concerts on Rell, I got music on Frenchie, I got concerts. Any lawyer that can help me, yeah. Yeah, reach out to Panda Chop, and he'll get in contact with me.
Yep.
It is what it is.
So
But
then, go ahead.
When they was beefing with each other, Fred used to call me every evening to update me. And at one point, again, Fred gave me Frenchie's number right before he got signed. Then Frenchie got, we know so many people when Frenchie actually got signed and was meeting up with Puffy. Another individual was in the elevator with him. I said, yo, what's up with Stu? I Stu ain't here. He said, yo, don't say that name right now. And the doors opened. He greeted Puff. And the dude called me right after that and said, yo, send you a French, yo. Like, why you acting like that? I asked him himself at the hood. Why you acting brand new like he left the hood and all this and don't mention your name? Like, I'm like, yeah, that's how he acting. That's how he moving. You see it yourself. You right there with him.
That's crazy.
He know who I'm talking about, don't he?
So Rell said something.
Wait, it is. I gotta say, here's what it is. We had another mutual friend. He was close to Puffy, but he was trying to steal Frenchie and Rell. And it's Nigel. Everybody know Black Nigel? That was messing with Puffy. It is what it is. But
wait, is that
I'm
the Nigel
happy.
from the Tupac situation?
Mm-hmm. The Biggie situation?
No, the one where they were saying that Tupac was fucking with this guy named Nigel, and then it led to the whole situation with what's his name? The shooting prior to the Quad Studio shooting that led to the case that Tupac got, the sexual assault case. Remember?
No. Yeah. That's not the same Nigel. Nigel was connected to Puffy, to battle.
But you're saying that it's connected to the Biggie situation?
Well, if you would have said he was probably out there, most likely when Biggie got killed, him and his voice was like Puffy, like muscle someone. So,
damn,
he most likely he was there. Because I'm gonna show how much ties I got to this shit. When my homegirl grew up on my block with Rolling on Puffy too, she was there too, and I called her. I want to blow up the spot. I'm saying, man, my name is Lisa. So niggas, so people won't know he lying. A girl named Lisa that I grew up with was tight with Puffy. She was out there with Biggie that shit.
Wow.
A lot of stuff I'm leaving for my book. That's all I gotta say. A lot of stuff I'm leaving for other different interviews. No disrespect.
I got you.
But I can't give it all here.
Right. All right. Well, Rell said something about someone beating up French. What was that about?
Whoa, you sneak, yo.
You ain't know that. I got all the information.
Oh, dang, you trying to bring up. Okay, damn. Oh, shit. See, this proves that I'm not a clout chaser, and I could have been said some crazy stuff, right? Like I could have led with this, like this when I was, y'all know her as Rocky Thunder.
Oh, that's the chick that's kind of going viral right now because she has some situations.
Oh, Love and Hip Hop, yeah, Rocky Thunder.
Yeah, I know, but she was talking about Megan Thee Stallion recently, and she into some shit right now.
Well, I don't know, Rocky. Congratulations, because this is what she wanted to do, and I helped pave the way for that too. What she's doing right now, she started off doing with me, and I helped mold her to be. She took off on her own after that, but I had a situation with Burt Riddell on MTV, and they wanted to give me $10 million for Down for Life TV Shop Elements. She was the host, but I still got the promo and the trailer that we was promoting, man. The pilot. basically, I still am for that show. So when I was dating Rocky.
Oh, you was dating her too?
That was my girl. That's when Tony Sunshine was living with us. See, this is what I'm trying to say. I talk in a certain way because I don't be one to.
Oh man, yo, you.
So Rocky was she was there when I was in the car.
You know they gonna say
accident.
that you lying because you got too many ties to everybody that gets brought up, bro.
Nigga, my name is Stu, nigga. My name is Stu. You figure it out. It takes a lot of ingredients to make stew. So stew is in a lot of these niggas' camps. It's a fact. And I was an artist.
Right.
So, and I helped pioneer this shit, basically. I'm the little dude convincing the DJ to DJ in the neighborhood, in the parks, 53 years old. It's a lot I've seen and witnessed, especially in this game. It was a part of, especially in this game. So, Rocky's my girl at the time. She's not Rocky Third. She's Raquel.
No, you just did that look. I know what that look is. You was reminiscing a little bit, right?
Because we all right. This was I was on my bullshit. On my bullshit. Because it is what it is.
You caught that eye real quick.
But I'm gonna just show the connection because it is a connection to everything. I had a friend named Osone. This is crazy because my story is a hip hop story. No way, the goods and the bads, wherever, however you put it. Osone is related to the Gumbo guy. The Gumbo guy was the head of the Taliban Dipset thing, which I helped put together Taliban Dipset. My man O gets killed. But before O gets killed, he introduced me to someone he was dealing with in the neighborhood. They had a sister. Before he gets killed, he tried to introduce me to the sister. The next time I see him, he's trying to tell me he's trying to fuck both sisters. And I'm like, yo, you bugging, keep me out of all that bullshit. Keep that shit over there. He passed away. But he introduced me to the sister, so I already know how she looked. She sees me, he introduced me as his older brother. And we look alike, and everybody thinks I'm his older brother. So she's like, I'm sorry about your older brother. Blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. It's over with. It's past now. The household, we was in turmoil at the time. I was not on the same page with Raquel. Tony Sunshine was, we had a brownstone because our father owned the brownstone and me and her ran it. Tony Sunshine was written for 3-bedroom downstairs. She was driving around the neighborhood looking for me. And I had a couple of cars back then. I had the DFL van, I had a BM, and I had an Explorer. The guy that all called too. So she saw my van in the neighborhood and she approached Frenchie asking about me. Frenchie, he gave her an insinuation. This is later on that I found out from Tony Sunshine, kid's mother, that Frenchie kept looking upstairs, kept saying funny shit. Yo, if I had a girl, would have you out here looking crazy, da da da. So she was like, what? Frenchie was trying to rap so or trying to blow your spot up? I fuck with you, Stu. This is what Tony Sunshine girl is telling me later. Because I'm jumping around the story, trying to get to the end. So when Rell, to answer your story, Rell goes, Stu smacked you up, and you came out 6 months later with Cocaine City DVD after Stu had a car accident, and blah, blah, blah. He's breaking down. You can go back to the situation. He's breaking down my incident. And that's how you started Cocaine City DVD and all that. I feel like a bully coming up here saying that I smacked them up at the time.
Oh, so you smacked him up because he insinuated that you was cheating on Rocky.
Right.
Basically. Okay.
So me saying that or running up on the internet tomorrow, I smacked him up, and I don't get no points off of that shit. Really? He's famous now. And, a person would want to go viral. Yeah, I'm the one that put hands on 50. Frenchie and et cetera. Like, but hey, I ain't trying to go viral over that.
Wait, but you breezing through the story a little too fast, okay? So you find out from Tony Sunshine's baby mama that basically Frenchie was snitching on you for that situation, right?
Right.
What is your immediate reaction?
I was a little confused because I broke night with him and was trying to get, we was building, we was talking, and he was like, he didn't have no feelings like that over the girl, but obviously he did. And there's other components, that's why I'm jumping around, because it gets real, it gets real interesting. And I'm saving that for another.
I got you. But you find him, and you confront him, or you just meet him with the hands right away?
Whoa, this is crazy. So I'm driving, I'm in the DFO van, Rocky's leaning back in the seat, and we pass through the neighborhood. He leans back on purpose because we see him. He's walking up to the car to say what's up to me. He got to the middle of the street and she popped the chair up and looked at him. And he stopped in the middle of the street and didn't take no further steps. I said, yeah, Fritzy, I'm going to check you. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to drop off. I'm coming right back. I'll be right back. And I pulled back up in the range. And that's when it got crazy, basically. But I ain't do it in front of everybody. Once again, we went in the building and I talked to them in the building. But they said they heard the noise.
So you just slapped him, or you really put hands on him? Oh, come on, man. You really don't want to be embarrassing him, huh? That's why you be holding back.
Yeah. I'm going to just stare. Slapped him more than 5 times. Like,
wait, we talking?
No, you know how when you're little and your mother whip your ass because you did something wrong? And she talking to you while she's whipping your ass?
Mm-hmm.
It was like that.
Wow, what was his reaction? What was his reaction?
Like that. Oh, he wanted to go get that thing and spin them back around and go get that gun if you want.
So this is after he had got shot already.
But at the end of the day, everybody knows, whoever knows me, fighter first. Busy. I'm not a bully. I'm not a defender. To get dangerous, I know how to do that too. And when I was on that type of time, still was never a bully, more tech, never a bully. I've held down major artists. Just give an example. Tretch was in my hood, he was safe. But Tretch is safe everywhere he goes. Knows that. A lot of people don't know that. Tretch is very militant and it's good. But I went to shows with Tretch with a fucked up leg. And still. Matter of fact, tag, yo, it is what it. I was there when, because I was confused. Here's what it is. Roy Jones ran off stage with Fat Joe. I was there when he ran up stage. Because somebody whispered something in his ear while Fat Joe was performing and he runs off stage. Then the next thing I see, pistol on him running around looking for the nigga. But all of it looked like an intimidation thing. And I was like, yo, nah, how you going hard in the industry spot? I'm like,
Wait. No. Wait. You saying that you saw Roy Jones press Fat Joe?
no, the opposite. The opposite.
You saw Fat Joe press Roy Jones?
I seen somebody whisper in Roy Jones' ear, and that nigga took flight like somebody told him the feds is on his ass. I was like, what the fuck am I witnessing? I'm like, nah. So I see it run, basically.
Was it someone from TS?
I was with Tretch.
Was it someone from TS that did it?
Yeah, I seen Pistol and them running around. Whoa. Give me my, like the Nori, give me my pound back. Hold up. Allegedly, I seen people running around, and I'm like, because how much could you do in a situation like this? And do you want a lawsuit? Like, the press would be like a blush to me somewhat, but I know it could really go down. But it's like, y'all do just stuff. You see how these lights on? And we have a shootout and stab each other up. We all going to jail. Like, everything is recorded. It's tape, right? Like, come on. Y'all try to do that on when y'all got the lights on y'all. How far? So I don't take that as serious. I take it as a stunt. And it's projected to the world to be, yo, in this type of time, it's too much stutter from us.
All right. Is it possible that happened after Roy Jones went up to Joe to ask him about that lean back line?
That's what I'm trying to say. I was there. So I'm trying to tell you.
So it's possible that he pressed Fat Joe first.
Roy Jones was forced to lean back. Yeah,
right.
He
pressed Fat Joe first, and then Terror Squad responded
after
that. Roy Jones pressed Fat Joe about the line first, right? And then what you saw, everyone running around and Roy Jones running away, was Terror Squad coming to get him as a response.
Facts.
Okay, got you. Damn, that's crazy. So did you see his face? Like his reaction?
Yeah, the nigga was scared to death. That's why I was confused.
Who was there in Terror Squad besides Pete? Was like Macho and like Flex?
That was when Macho was around. Yeah, facts.
Flex was there?
Well, I don't think Flex was there.
But a bunch of Terror Squad dudes, okay.
All right, so it's funny you mentioned that, but everything happens for a reason. But I don't know if it was designed this way. I think me and Joe would have been closer if I didn't have to go through Mots to get to Joe. But me learning later on in life, he was placed there on purpose so people can't get close to Joe. Networking wise or business wise. Because, like I said, I was a part of a lot of these people camps where they wanted my artists. We dealt with each other, or I had artists that was already dealing with them. It's either or.
See, Stu, why you have to do this, man? I ain't even want to talk about Joe in this interview, bro. Like,
no, because it's gonna, when you say me, we're gonna talk about Terror Squad, we're gonna talk about Rough Riders, we're gonna talk about Dipset, we might talk about G Unit too as well, because I had an artist that was going to be a part of G Unit. 50 was drooling her, I guess, and she used to be down with DFL. But one thing's for sure.
Who, Brooklyn?
50. No, Ellie Rue. And one thing for sure, she was a Spanish chick. She passed away. 50 came to the funeral.
Wow.
Facts. So once again, when I speak, and it goes back to these people, they're gonna be like, yo, he's lying. Yo, he's telling the truth. Like, I ain't got no time to get up in here and lie and waste my time. You know how much I could be doing right now? Numbers could be, accumulating.
All right. The beef with Jim Jones and French Montana, that happened after your departure?
Yeah, but I was there for that. So when they was fighting and he threw the bottle off I was on the other side.
Wait, come on, man.
Wait, hold on. I was confused the next day when they said Frenchie ran Dipset out the building. Though I was confused, tell me why I wouldn't be confused. Frenchie performed first, Jim Jones and them threw it by. Pardon? Yeah. Fred The God performs after Frenchie. Jim Jones performs after us. The beef already popped off, but Jim Jones and them come back to perform. How you ran Jimmy out the building? That's why I said, yo, this shit is rigged. Joe was on stage and he threw the bottle too. And Frenchie picked it up and threw it back. That footage, I'm on the opposite side of the stage. When Jimmy and them is trying to come downstairs, because I've been in the Webster Hall before too. You get from the dressing room, you could go to the stage. The bodyguards ain't letting them do that. So they came around to my side and try to go on stage. They not letting them do that. Then when Frenchie and them came off stage, I got to pass Frenchie and them too. His little brother Zach saw me, so you know I'm not lying. I'm like, what's up, Zach? What's good? I got there to them like, yo, Zach, what's good? So I witnessed Frenchie did run and held it down by not running. And his entourage looked like they're chasing Jimmy and them around the spot. But how, when once again he performed after Fred, and you performed first, that incident happened, was a little melee running around, Fred performed, and then Frenchie hit. Jim Jones performed right after. So I don't know about running him out the building. That's what it is. All this street hype, it be media. I know people be paying their publicists a certain amount of money, not or other outlets not to expose different stuff. Because we're talking about Meek Mills with, say, I want to, fuck it. We're just about Meek Mills with this Puffy situation, quote unquote, date little thing or whatever happened. But Frenchie was the first artist that supposed to bring Puffy back to life. It was the young one over there, Dip.
Right.
So everything that Meek Mills went through, Frenchie definitely had to go through. And I somewhat nailed it down when he got his like walking papers, his release papers. Because nobody's really paying attention. I am. Is when he almost passed away. That's when Puffy got off his ass. That's when Puffy gave him his walking papers and he fulfilled, I guess, every contract or every deed he was supposed to fill to get out that contract. If you're really paying attention.
So what is your reaction when you're seeing the bottle get thrown at French and him throwing the bottle back and everything?
It was serious. It's always serious dudes in the camp around you would be moving a certain way. So it was their goons against his goons, more or less. There's not no one-on-one individuals doing anything. That's the business clown shit going. If they say, it's almost like this is Muscle's supposed to be doing it. Like when they would say, such and such entourage or his goons handled it for him. He looks like he's the tough guy because his goons handled it. I come from a different era where you had to show and prove too. That's why I say what I say. But I know what you go bring. Your money can speak for you and you can do da da da. And that's the person I go, oh God. But I'm a hands-on type.
Right. Do you know why they started beefing in the first place? Like the real reason?
The real reason why who started beefing?
Jimmy and French.
Before I was accused of what I was being accused of, he was accusing Jimmy of this thing. When he got hit, he accused Jimmy.
Wow, so he accused Jimmy first, and then somehow it got towards you.
Right. That's a fact.
But why would Jimmy?
It was saying, I don't know if he was saying that Jimmy was trying to take credit for it or made a mistake. I don't know. But now, not to be funny, you could do the research and you'll come up with the answer before me. But it's out there. Basically, he recorded statements was made. So it's there. I saw it.
All right. Well, speaking of being on stage, you were talking earlier that you was on stage with BMF. Now, how the hell do you end up with BMF?
Oh, this is crazy. I was with Rough Riders. Jada Kiss's first thing. Wow. Was DJing, the dude from Fat Boys. He was alive at the time. The light-skinned brother that passed away. That he was a disc jockey at Miami out there. I think it was Remy's birthday too. Remy was there too. Foxy, Remy. It was a lot of people there, but we was at the Crowbar. Crowbar consists of like 4 or 5 clubs in one. And when I'm on stage, you could look up. First, you could look straight across, and there's a club here, club here. You're in the club. If you look through, it's a bar, and you can hear other music coming through the walls, and it's other clubs. And upstairs, another whole. It's crazy. You can see a DJ up there. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, me used to being on stage in Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, having my way. I was drinking at this time. I don't drink this. I was with a female, picked her up, put her on stage. I jumped on stage too. I got red New York Yankee hat on, red and white stop snitching, stop sign, stop snitching shirt on. So it's a guy across from me, and I'm thinking he's liking my shirt because it said stop snitching, but he actually know me. At this time, I wasn't rocking contacts. I was like, Mr. Who out this motherfucker walking around. I couldn't see him across the stage. And that was Sharky, Fabulous Bodyguard, Fabulous Muscle. He had ties to BMF too on stage. And he got closer because I saw Zab Judah and started kicking it with Zab. And he was like, that's all who you see. I was like, oh, shit, Sharky. And we embraced. And it was a rap then. And I still didn't know I was on stage with BMF. All I know, I'm at the back of the stage and it's females with furs on. We in Miami, they got furs on. All of these girls look elegant. Not all of them was like, what would you call a diva today, or what the girls were trying to be today. They was high scale. You could tell like they was on it.
Vixens and shit.
Right. I make my way to the front because I want to hear who's on the mic. Because whoever's on the mic is talking shit like motherfucker. When I got to the front and I saw this guy had to be like 12 years old, 15, or probably younger. He had jewelry and both of his arms, mad jewelry on. And he was the nigga talking shit on the mic. And all I hear is, y'all niggas ain't making no money. This is our town. BMF, you know how we do it, nigga. Da-da-da. This nigga's going off. And I start looking around. I see Blue DeVixen. And I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, shit. I see Meech. I see Terry. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm sitting there like froze now. Like, then I look to the side. If I would have got on the stage, the regular way he was supposed to get on stage, they probably would have tossed my ass off stage like they was tossing everybody else off stage. And I was saying in my mind, glad I didn't go that way. That's what proud. But I would have got washed. I'm in their world. I'ma just describe. Imagine you seeing a group of dudes, they got Jimmy on, they look like they them dudes, they popping bottles, they trying to get on stage, they headed to the stage. And when they get right to the top, someone grabs them and throw them, not like you gotta turn around, throw them into the crowd. I'm like, hold up. They just tossed these niggas back into the crowd like they was nobodies. And they looked like they was the dudes walking up on stage. I'm glad I didn't go that way. But it's ironic that BMF is on all this other stuff is happening right now that I'm talking about. But I was there, and that's not the only time I wasn't too far away from them, because at the time I was with D from Rough Riders, and it was the artist that I met. We was in the same hotel. The BMF was a couple of hotels blocks away from us. Dad, he was from the Goody Mark, the guy with the bald head. He's kind of famous now.
Oh, damn.
He actually has a song with this brother named Tone Trump.
Oh, you talking about CeeLo Green?
Yes.
Okay.
CeeLo Green. I met him the same time all of this is going on. We was in the same hotel. And every day coming back, I used to pump into him.
All right, well, let me ask you this, since we're on the topic of BMF. You didn't have any like real friendship or anything with them, right? You just kind of like been around them?
Dealing with a girl that I used to get money with. I didn't even know what BMF was. And this girl was getting money. I think she's related to Max B, to be honest with you. The girl that I'm talking about. And Frenchie met the girl before too. She the one that them 3 letters came out of her mouth. It was the first time I heard that she was out there in the streets. And I was dealing with her at the time, and she used to make these runs. So she was involved. It's other people, if I say their names, they hot, so I don't want to say their names, and they females that were a part of her set. She actually had to do some time too. So she home now.
What do you think about everything that's going on with BMF right now?
Oh, I was just shocked that they was able to tell a story the way they did. I know some of it is true, some of it is fake, but how, they was able to, display certain things, basically. And I witnessed them going into clubs, buying out the bars. I witnessed, I just got to say it, when they had the battle with Atlanta against New York, and they came to Sue's, how deep they came. And I was a little confused. I'm just saying it, because I was locked up with Little Wolf. And when I seen Little Wolf with them, I was like, fuck.
Wait. You talking about Wolf Diddy's bodyguard, Wolf?
His little brother. This after Big Wolf. He's already dead. He's gone. So I'm confused.
Oh, shit.
I'm confused.
Because they got involved in that shootout in Atlanta. Big Wolf and BMF.
Me witnessing not only once, like I witnessed 2 things. I witnessed BMF throw a party in Justice. And I'm like,
right, Diddy's old restaurant.
Didn't they kill Wolf, or didn't they have I was fucked up. But the one thing I was fucked up that fucked me up was me with my own eyes witnessing, because I left something in the car, my weed. I want to get my weed. we want to see what this BMF Atlanta versus New York shit is about. Shoes. I'm on the way to the car. I see 4 people walking towards my way. Atlanta has just arrived. They come in deep. They parking their cars. They walking in groups. They walking in packs. Vegas girls. In the middle of their pack, I see Lil Wolf. And I'm like, oh, I ain't going to. That's why I didn't even go up in the shit. I said, the fuck? And what made me even more confused, because I'm like, yo, something gonna go down. Like, nah, something go. Little Wolf is it. The fuck? When they hugged him and greeted him, I said, wow, they gave him a back. They had to give him a back. Son, nah, yo, whoa. They just hugged Little Wolf, big.
You know, it's crazy because Cuban told a story about this similar thing where he said that like Diddy is the type to like pin people against each other. So like Diddy was saying to Wolf, like, yo, the BMF dudes, they gonna start like providing better security, something along those lines, right? Like getting on Wolf's nerves to be like, yo, I really don't need you anymore. I'm getting BMF now, right? And then you lead to the situation in Atlanta where Meech got allegedly shot in the ass, right? And Wolf ends up dying.
If you've been watching on the podcast, it's like a trail people be leaving.
Right.
They said Wolf had some money invested in Bad Boys, and this is what this is about.
Yeah, Diddy owed him a lot of money.
And your money, well, because people be like, okay, I don't care if you put up 150, 300. Once Bad Boy starts to grow, it's not 300,000 on there. My 300,000 just tripled or quadrupled. Yeah, that 300,000 helped you, but you're gonna give me 300,000 plus. He had to own more than 300,000. Think about it.
But even then, right? People die for less. You know what I mean? Like it's the principle for a lot of times.
Like know too much.
Right.
And you straight to their only know they have 300,000. You wanted me out the picture. Like after helping them save them.
All right. So you also had a really good relationship, like you've been saying throughout this interview, with Fred the Godson. How did you guys end up meeting?
Well, once again, when they went to go get how well Fred wasn't there, and later on in life, when we took how well to it was All-Star Weekend. Fish that be throwing parties. His younger brother name was Cash. God bless Cash. Cash passed away. Fish sister Tanya used to throw parties too. They party two motors, throw parties in the tri-state. They got Sasa Con Fuego on lockdown in the Bronx. Fish had a spot out there, so Cash was his brother, and he had a club, so Hellbro was the phone that night. And so we went out there. I had Highlight, the white Caucasian artist. We met in front of a spot we was trying to get into, and a cipher occurred. And Fred was thirsty to hear Highlight, and Highlight was thirsty to hear Fred because they heard about each other. And Highlight had just winning, like I think that was 112th, the projects down there, where he not battled, but was in a cycle with a good 8 artists that was down to loose cannons. And Fred heard he was nasty because LAR and a couple of those artists, Virginia Slip, was telling him the Highlight was nasty, but Fred wanted to see for himself how nasty he was, basically. So got to see Fred rapped for the first time there. When we got back, brother Duke Black, he had started his label. He snatched Fred up as an artist. So now he has music. He's letting me hear his artist. I'm like, oh shit, that's Fred. I heard him out of Philly. Signed him. He was like, I got him now. He was scared. I was like, okay, you're moving fast. You moving fast. You snatching up everything. Duke had 40 cal, J.R. Ryder, Fred The Godson. Fada. Duke had me and Duke artists is Dipset artists. And Godson, he's a good bro. They paid more attention to him when I put Uncasa out on a song with Uncasa, Rell, and Highlight. They played it on Hot 97. Star broke y'all out. But every morning, Star would play this song and drop 20 to 15 bombs before he played the song. And all he would be screaming out is, Taliban! So I'm the one that launched that or gave them or got their feet wet in the game. And once again, the two Kareems, both of these brothers' names Kareem. They want to be kings, you know what I mean? Like, we all are kings. In my eyes, some gotta be looked at. Well, I won't say slow. Some, they gotta take their time, get where they gotta go in life. Because I've been a counselor, so I learned how to work with individuals. Some might be advanced, but eventually, when it does fall, they go off to the races. It's a king in everyone.
When you look at your relationship with Fred, would you say that it was like one of the more closer friendships that you built with the artists that you were attached to?
Fred, it grew so that with trials, tribulations, and time. All my rappers, or everyone that I help rather, we share a certain intimacy of friendship. Because once again, I become their big brother and their counselor. I come in as helping them more with music shit, but it get on some whole other counseling and surviving to see the next day type shit. And encouraging them to take their career seriously. And yeah, it could happen because a lot of them don't believe they with the talent and they don't, because they've been lied to or been in fucked up situations. So they don't really believe. And then when it does happen, they can turn into a groupie and be blinded to the success and start acting a whole different other way.
Do you remember where you were when you found out that he passed away?
Well, who passed away?
Fred.
Everybody was shit. It was fucked up, and the crib we couldn't even visit him and go. Man, no, Fred, it's so many. I got conspiracy. You can call it conspiracy theories. But his sister could tell it better than me. Fred's situation is crazy because I'm going to just say it in this way. He was one of the many that got mistreated in the I don't really want to do that because I want them to shut down their platform. When that shit went on, a lot of people was murdered and mistreated because they had equipment. We had people that was working in the hospitals, different countries, different languages, and it was inexperienced people, hands-on, where, for example, brother told me they put the tube in through the person's nose, supposed to go out, come back out this way. It came out the person's ear. Let you know they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. And it's a statement that Fred made, and if you wasn't around him, you would know that he had chronic asthma, and he would always be dealing with his asthma. Doing the research, not like you know how some people be like, yeah, that's some bullshit. Where you come from, this conspiracy bullshit. When you do the research, a lot of people was treated wrong, and they didn't handle it the right way. The medical procedure. As soon as they put that machine on you, shit right. And not to put his business out there or talk, that family, Fred family, had to witness them cut the machine off, like how we talking right now. So they, my sister, quote unquote, we watch Fred die on TV. There's nothing we could do like watching FaceTime. We watched them pull the plug on Monday.
Oh, because they couldn't be in the room with him.
And the doctor that was going to do a procedure, totally different. They switched doctors. The other doctor did it totally the opposite way that the other doctor was going to do. It sped up the process. That's the part that isn't that right. It's like, yeah, when I come back Monday, we're going to handle it, but I got to go on vacation. I'm leaving Thursday. I'll be back Monday. But you call them on a Sunday or Saturday to do the procedures that's supposed to be done on a Monday with a different doctor, and they already said they can't clean the machines. So if they take Fred off the machine, they can't put it back on for him to breathe. And it was sudden, how they gonna put this stuff back down his mouth? They didn't want to deal with nothing. Yeah, it was bullshit. Like, this shit was crazy, Fred. And that shit, like, almost like with Pun, almost felt the same way. Like the Bronx was like crying. That shit, that day was, ooh.
Right. I could tell that you very spiritually inclined because you spoke about the third eye, and just like some of the references that you make, I could tell like what kind of time you on. So
thanks to Frenchie, and that's the part that Montana. That's the part that I'm leaving out, though. It's something that he did in life that woke me up. And I'm gonna just give you a little key to it. It's consists of destiny swap. So, being that I did on the topic, he did that with me. But things that he did, I would have never did. And that's why I'm here and he's there. But one thing he didn't take, or what he opened up the door for me to investigate spirituality more and make me a strong individual. Now, none of that can happen. And everything really backfired, but he got what he wanted. And that end of the stick, they got what they wanted from him. Which today, I have my pride and my dignity, and I can go in any room and still feel like a man and be a man. That's a fact he shared.
How did you first like start discovering this type of stuff? There's only a few people I've ever spoken to that have spoken about the whole destiny swapping and things like that.
When I witnessed stuff that took place in my life and saw how it benefited others, and then see, it's more, you almost gonna make me go into what I'm saying. Yo, it's stuff that he admitted to me, and it's stuff that the female that he was dealing with.
The one that accused you.
Right, because it's more to it because quote unquote, he was dealing with this female too. He had a relationship with her. And that's why he opened up his mouth, because he was dealing with this female. So he was more mad at me than I was really fucking with.
Oh, you guys were both fucking with the same girl?
Right. That's the one that he kept looking up at the window saying, yo, I'm going for you upstairs and all this. That's why he got the stop incident happened. I think that's all that's about.
Oh, so then like the whole thing is
So
also why
basically, I'm going to just give you a little glimpse. They did something spiritual and they both admitted it. And later on, when it took place and actually happened, I'm like, whoa. Oh, I got to get on my job. And that's led me to be where I'm at today. But with me doing so, I know what he's dealing. He can have that shit, and I'm good over here. I help people, he takes from people. I help people on different levels. Like, but that's all I'm gonna say. I help people, he takes them.
Okay, I get that like it put you in a position to get on your job, right? But how do you acquire that information though? Well, you can't just start Googling all this stuff.
Oh, that's funny. My enlightener, the person that enlightened me, my father was the first one. And then other people around me that I thought was smart confirmed what he was telling me that I wasn't paying attention to at the time. And I'm paying attention to the person that's in front of me thinking that they're teaching me something. And they start building with, yeah, I've heard you shit before, whatever, and there's something that my father changed that I wasn't even really paying attention. And I'm like, shit, my father was schooling me on this shit already. So, it's funny how to say it. I was already on point, but how activated the God in me was 2007. I took my spiritual role of really knowing who I am. And then it exposed the stuff and the dark stuff people have played with and done around me. I was able to break it down like, oh shit, they was oh shit, they was doing this. And oh shit, they still are doing this and doing that.
So you believe in people being able to cast spells and do all that stuff too?
I mean, I can answer that in several different ways, because once you hear music and you like the song, you put it for spell. So I only did it that way because you were like, you believe in music and spells? Yeah. Once you like the song, you put it for spell. For the people that don't understand how a spell is going to repeat it like a mantra. And I only know that's a fact because when I was younger, my theme music to get me gassed up was NWA. And it's like, it catered to our lifestyle at that time. Those are songs to rouse me up to bullshit.
But do you believe in like certain frequencies activating like a certain chakra, like the 808 kick and stuff like that? Do you believe in that type of thing?
Of course I do.
See, you ain't know
Of course I do.
Type of stuff, huh?
What? Say that again? I didn't think I was going to reach that level of understanding.
No, but you didn't know that I was going to ask you about this type of stuff.
Somewhat, I know was given that way. If you spoke to people that I know, they're going to tell you what type of time I'm on today, or like doing the research on anyone before, like doing research on them, you're going to do your personal research on them. So probably ran across somebody that said he doesn't do this or he walks and moves this way. And that's knowing soon, which before I was scared to take on that name because it held a negative aspect. And I just was building with another brother about that. But when I took on Stu again, I was an artist, and somewhat I took it because it had the street credibility behind it, but I changed it the way I move in this day and time. So Stu has attachments to it in the era of when I was rocking. You say Stu Banger, Stu B, Trigger Happy Stu. Then if you say Pretty Stu, if you say Stu Baby, that's when I was rapping. If you say Stu Baby, that's when I was young and the girls called me. Say Pretty Stu, that you knew me when I was a rapper. Even Trigger Happy Stu when I was a rapper, but still on sports. But today I'm Stu. I'm chilling, bitch. So I gotta write this name though too. Some things ain't for this.
All right, so there's a situation that I feel like you could provide us a lot of context for, right? But the whole Rucker Park Jay-Z versus Fat Joe basketball game, you was there for that. What happened?
Yeah, I was there. Actually pulled up with my partner Chance, and we was excited to be there, but we was there with Terror Squad. And I was cool with Armageddon, which I didn't get to mention at the time. And that's Armageddon actually gave me some shine for Joe to give me some attention because he heard my artist first. Also, Charlie Rock had came home, I think, that year. And Tony Sunshine brought Charlie Rock around to my neighborhood, so I got to meet Charlie Rock before going to any event. We vibed with each other. He's a real one. He was. God bless him. That day, it was crazy because Joe had a couple of basketball players from the NBA with him, and I'm looking forward to a game. But so it was no game. We was outside the parking lot probably for an hour or an hour and a half.
But there was a powder outage at this time, right?
I don't remember, but all I know, Jay-Z and them, they want to get off the bus, and that was the forfeit. Because the arrival of Terror Squad looked intimidating, I guess. And yeah, I guess I don't know. Well, yes, I do know. It was too many blacks and Puerto Ricans together, and it looked intimidating. So he didn't get off that bus.
So you saying that Jay was scared of all the people in Terror Squad looking too deep?
Well, nobody from Jay-Z can't got off that bus. Now fuck with them. Like, I wasn't there for all that. I'm there because totally fuck with Terror Squad. I'm there to see the game. I'm doing, actually, that's why I was able to have some footage. I'm actually taping some footage from my documentary. So for, we doing what we're doing as podcasters and YouTubers today, I was already doing that, catching footage, because it wound up being a piece of the Down for Life documentary that's in my documentary, the Jay-Z, the Ruckus with Joe, and us pulling up. So yes, I witnessed Terror Squad having the Ruckus Park chained up.
Wait, because they said that like Joe was there for like 2 hours waiting.
Once again, I said an hour and a half. Could have been 2 hours. It was. He was out there for a minute.
But but you're saying Jay-Z was there in the bus, but he just didn't want to come
Whoever
out.
was on that bus from Rockefeller, nobody got off the bus. It was so many Puerto Ricans and black people out. They didn't get off that bus. It is what it is. They didn't get off that bus.
Yeah, because it was a blackout in the city at that time. And I think they were saying that they wanted all the cars to turn on their headlights to point it at
you got to remember
the
back
court.
then, if I'm correct, they had a little drama going on with each other.
Right, they had that beef going on.
So it looked like, man, I'm going to make this bread. I ain't got to get off this bus, put anybody in fucking jeopardy. Because if we win or lose, there's going to be some smoke behind this shit. So who going to be the bigger man?
Because you remember all this stemmed from the whole shit with Jay-Z and the bottle and running around the couch.
This is what I'm trying to say. So who gonna be the bigger man? Yeah, I can look like a punk because Jay-Z is a strategist. That's how I look at it, like how he moves.
Right.
He looked like a punk that day or whatever. Yeah. But he won the war. He won the fight. Like what?
Yeah, you remember on Lean Back, Joe said, Kay, keep telling me to speak about the rucka. Matter of fact, I don't want to talk about the rucka. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he was talking about, that situation.
Right. So look, this is what I'm trying to say. This is crazy. When Joe did Lean Back, I was in Miami and I've heard, once again, Mace on Lean Back, but Joe had an album release party. It was a pool party. I was on crutches still.
Oh,
Joe,
this was after your accident.
Right. It is what it is. Fritzy's out there. He's trying to get in Joe's party. He got Cocaine City Amy there. He's outside. He's in front. I got like 30 people with me because they had to do a count off at the door. That's how I know the count. But I was tight because I'm at the back of the pool party and they telling me to go to the front of the hotel. And I got crutches. Now I'm going to walk back to the front because it's a little distance. I'm like, why don't y'all just let me go with this one? So certain Terror Squad people that was down with they click know who I am. And they was like, Joe is at the back. They didn't want to go with Joe. They was like, you have to come to the front. You got vouchers, this and that from me. And I'm like, y'all see I got crutches on, fucked up. I'm pissed off. I want to walk to the front. Who do I see? Walking in front of Fat Joe and Tony, walking straight towards me. They're like, yo, what's good? I'm like, yo. I had the crutches off, put the crutches up like this, like the X. Yeah, we the
Yo, you repping that BX hard too.
I'm like, yo, we in the fucking building, yo. So this is what Joe tells me, like, yo, Stu, who with you? I'm like, damn, be honest with you, everybody you see, he like, or he like, all right. He was like, yo, I'm gonna let everybody in. Nigga, you came deeper than ours, nigga. I got love for you though. Yo, when he says stop, that's when you stop. He took him to the mouth. Niggas count. I think Joe stopped at 21. He with like 30, 35 people you got come. You lucky, Stu. Yo, just go ahead. Go. Just go. Yeah, go. So we in the party, be chilling. I see Mayweather run down on him. Yo, you one of my favorite boxers. Take this flick. I'm in the middle of taking the flick. Zab taps me on the shoulder. That's all you see. That's like, oh shit. So I'm like, both of y'all here. It is what it is. They gonna rub it.
Damn, you could have been like a boxing promoter, bro. Yo, it's funny that you bring up Zab Judah because a little while back when Cuban was beefing with Tony Sunshine, Zab's people wanted to set up a celebrity boxing match between them two.
Between who?
Cuban and Tony.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Zab. I thought you were talking about Zab Judah. Yo, Zab Judah. Sorry, Zach, you know how to fight, and he's really a boxer. So
Yeah, I know. You're going to lose against anybody that's a trained fighter, bro. Like, I mean, just like no way, you know what I'm saying?
and these dudes, I don't know, like no homo, no geese, no homo. These dudes' bodies is different. Meaning, like I work out, my body's getting go to a certain tint. I actually got a chance to embrace, hug these dudes, and their body feel like a brick wall. Like
Right.
their body is different.
It's
feel
trained,
like
bro.
no, it's different, like a brick. So
That's how
nah,
they can absorb all that, all that pain when they get punched. If you could say one thing to French, what would it be?
stop it, Shad. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but serious, stop it. Here's another one. Like all these movements, a lot of these movements could be greater than what they are. It's just the people that's in charge of it fucks up the wood. And I already know what it is. And I said enough, but he's never going to be the French that I know. Or, and he can't be around real ones because they're going to see who he is today, and it affected him as a person.
Do you believe that?
A person when they really know you, like, because there's certain movements and certain stuff that he does, and I'm like, I'm going to just point out one situation. It is what it is, man. Puffy's collecting the telephones before they get on this boat, wherever they go. Go to the footage, you can look at it yourself. Why Frenchie's walking around with his head down like somebody died? Look at the footage. Puffy is taking everybody's phone, especially the part when he go to selling things for him. I know you got two phones. Did you give me the other phone? And Frenchie walks by the camera. Because something is going to take place that he doesn't want to participate in. And he's fucking trapped. He can't get out of it. If a dude can feel trapped, how do you think a female would sit in a situation like that?
Do you feel like?
That's why I'll be laughing. Because people never been in situations where they can't go to the police. They can't go nowhere, that every possibility of help is already locked down. When you go on help, because that's the world you enter in, when you go in this world in a certain level, where you got to obey, there's no help. Then you got to fight because they already studied your ass, so they know your sickness and your weaknesses, and they're feeding.
Do you feel like he regrets it?
Somewhat, the looks that I'll be seeing on his face, because I'm gonna just say it in another different way. This room or club that you go into, it deals with buys. You go in the club, don't come out, and the next thing you know, you're the promoter of the club and you running the club. Do I gotta question that you live that type of lifestyle? That's what happened with French. Because I don't gotta say, the whole industry was saying it behind closed doors. Before anything came out, it was like, that's Puffy boy toy. That's Puffy boyfriend. This is what girls and females is running around saying in the industry. Oh, that's what it is. You keep your mouth closed and mind your business. You want to be famous. You don't talk about this shit. Anybody that knows what it is, they'll be like, yeah, that's you late. Like, come on. Everybody knows this shit. When I was there, all right. Me, I can walk in the room, the person won't know who I am, or then again, they'll look like, who the fuck is this nigga that got? Or won't believe I'm actually the person that found Rell, Frenchie, dealt with Fred The Godson, blah, blah, blah. So they'll slip up and be saying shit around me. Not like I'm the fly on the wall, but I'll get to hear other side. I'm like, word? So I remember when I was on the road and I was hearing stuff about Rell, or, for example, a person's like, who's your favorite artist from New York? I think we was in Atlanta or North Carolina. We was around a group of girls, and they was like, I like that boy from Dipset, the dark skin one. I'm gonna let you hear him. And I was like, I already know who you're talking about. And they went and ran and played Rell music. That's when I know he made it. I'm like, oh shit, look. I'm like, yo, listen to what they playing. And I'm actually trying to tell the girls, that's my artist, and they didn't believe. That's how I'll be known. A lot of people, because once a person gets to a certain level, whatever they say is facts. Whatever you say is speculations. Like right now, saying what I'm saying is speculation, right? To quote unquote everybody, it is fucking facts. Because people, and that's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it, because you do your homework, and whoever else is doing their homework, watching it, if they witness it, they're gonna go do their homework and they're gonna ask people, and they're gonna be like, yo, he just calm about it. He ain't looking for no publicity. He ain't trying to be a jokester, prankster. He's just telling it for what it is.
All right, Stu, I just want to thank you for your time, man. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before we go ahead and wrap it up?
I'm going to tell them to look out for that project. Welcome to the Cypher. I also got a song replying to the Fritz Montana situation. We're about to drop that. The video's done too. And
It's okay joint, right?
Yeah, the It's Okay joint. And thanks, Fanda, once again, for letting me come up on hand and expressing myself. And I know we didn't go, to me, it's like having a regular conversation. But I know it's other questions you probably wanted to talk about. After reviewing it, if so, then we'll do another.
All right, man. Well, you a solid brother, bro. Like I enjoy having the conversations with you, you know, especially some of those more intellectual, spiritual ones that a lot of people don't talk about.
It's a spooky world, but it has to have a balance. So I'm here for the balance, because a lot of people will run from knowing what I know and seeing what I saw. They really want to be in my position to try to be the balance to those.